Hello and welcome to Nomeregard's journey. We are here in Everquest and we are going to do the Fortress Mechonauts zone quest line for the heroic journey. We're going to start here with Clockwork War Marshal and work our way through. There's a bunch of dudes over here. We're going to do all their quests. We're just going to go ahead and pick up all the ones from the Clockwork first. So let's go and hail him. Hello there, soldier. It's good to see so many Norathians rally to help stop this menace. Since our crash and my promotion to leader of the Albatross ground forces, I've been overwhelmed with necessary military action and underprovided with forces to complete those actions. I know it's unusual, especially since you're not officially enlisted for this action, but perhaps you could accept orders from an old Clockwork and help out all of Norath in the process. Or if you and your allies are truly brave, someone needs to make forays into those dratted gyrospires if they have too much of a chance of getting reinforcements up here. Alright, so we're going to go with... see what promotion does. Yes, my promotion. Well, you see, Commander Hugert Tallbottom didn't survive the initial assault. In fact, he was killed when the Albatross crashed. I know it's not my place to speak poorly of Gnomish engineering, especially considering that I am Gnomish engineering, but this ship was too hastily put together. Many good gnomes lost their lives before we ever had a chance to engage the enemy. We hold the lines here as best we can, but we no longer have the troops to mount an effective assault. My fellow countrymen, accept orders. All right, so he says, fantastic. I have a few things that need to be taken care of before we will be able to advance from this position and begin our assault on the fortress itself. Alright, so breaking things down, hunting a spy, endless enemies, and switching gears. We're going to go ahead and accept all of these real quick. There we go. So that's 4 quests, and this one gave us a box. Alright, so you can see there's a lot of kill quests that we're going to be doing. So I think this guy, Flitzclog, is he on my list? I don't see Mr. Flitzclog on my list, so we will come back to you. But Researcher Stripcog is. Let's go down here. Oh, hello. You must want work. Yes, of course you do. Always need something to do. So are you doing this then? Good, good. Well then, standing around, go do it. Doing? Did I forget to tell you what to do? Oh dear, sorry. I have unearthed a device to allow a being to be teleported to the top of each of the gyrospires. This device will not work in its current state, but there used to be 3 gyrospires, and with only 2, the calibration is very incorrect. It is so incorrect that we'll have to replace many of the gyroscopes that the device uses to target the proper spot on the gyrospires. Therefore, I need you to find the gyroscopes. Find? Did I leave out the information again? Well, this time I actually do not know. It is a needle in a haystack. It is so much of one that I use a seer. However, seers, they're so imprecise. If you wish to take this task, I'm happy to write the information she gave me into your books. Take this task. There we go. Switching gears. No, that's not that one. Gyrospire relocation research. So this quest will allow us to get an item to teleport to top of the gyrospires. So that's going to be one we're going to do. And let's see here. Tavik. I got a Tasbin, Gear Flinger. I got Timmy, Lamparus, Gertrude, Tavik. Alright, Tavik has a few quests for us. And so does Gertrude inside there. Hail! Ah, welcome, welcome. It is good to see some people other than my fellow compatriots here. They are interesting enough in their own right, but they just don't seem as interested in those new things around us as I am. Take the alloys here. These clockworks running around are made of it is amazing. And then there are some of these fascinating crystals I keep seeing everywhere. I've been spending quite a bit of time studying them. Alloys? I can safely say that the clockworks from Achenon are not made from the same metals from the ones found up here. What puzzles me is that I haven't been able to figure out what sort of metal is actually used up here. The bits of the clockworks that we have retrieved for study haven't yielded any results. It's like the oil and the grime from their operation has corrupted their properties of the metal. There's only one solution that I was able to think of for this solution. If I could get my hands on some metal before it's actually being used operational clockwork, I'm sure I could get better results for me. You look like you've had some success infiltrating Meldreth's operation here. Would you be willing to find a few samples for me? Willing? Alright, so that gives us alloy sampling. The steam factory. Let's see here. Crystals. These crystals supply a large portion of power used by Meldreth's clockworks. You wouldn't think of it, but just looking at them, but they can They can pack quite a bit of power. I'm planning on taking my work with them back to Achenon, but in the meantime, I think I've made an important discovery. Working with a few of these spellcasters here, we've managed to dirty up the power of several crystals. I wouldn't want to put them in my own experience, but I can't pass up the chance to see what effect this have on the clockworks. Would you have any interest in assisting in this experiment? Assisting? Excellent. The trick, I think, is to get these crystals where Meldreth's clockworks would actually use them. If you can find where the clockworks are being made, you should be able to drop these off where they're being put to use. You'll want to be careful, though. As soon as the things start going wrong, Meldreth's engineers will likely come look. You will need to prevent them from disposing of the crystals. If you have a full test of what they can do. All right, so we got another one. Plus he gave us a quest item crystal. Let's put that over here. And I don't know what this one was called. Stopping production. There it is, stopping production. All right. And he had 2 quests, so she has a few quests too. Shh, a good spy knows when to keep her voice low and quiet. Now, have you come here to assist me? Work? Or do you try to join the gaggle of spies? Work? Well, it is my task to lead a fine group of spies. I can't tell you anything about them, but it is our duty to infiltrate the enemy structures, disrupt their war efforts, and steal what secrets we can. Now, I readily admit that none of us on this detail were much for spying before the crash, but when it became obvious that we would not win this battle by strength of arms, I convinced many of the crew to work together as spies. They are now even infiltrating Meldreth's infrastructure. Though we are spread a bit thin, there is no support for the ground for our effort. Perhaps you might be willing to do a few simple tasks for me? Tasks? Good, obviously. I'm risking the lives of my people by trusting you, but I have no choice. I won't be sending you to speak with most of our important spies. However, since I don't know you very well, will you be handling this alone, or be trusted with friends? Alone? Alright, well, even these tasks are dangerous, so be careful. So here are disabling the recycler, disrupt the workshop, supplies for supplies, and a slave to the grind. Alright, let's go ahead and grab these. She does not provide extra text. Alright, we picked up those. We can get 9 more. So what's friends do? Oh, okay. So that's... we unlock these to unlock the raid. Okay. All right, we her Everquest and engineer Springfap. Oh man, oh, we do have a quest from this guy, Mr. Fap. It's a pleasure to meet you. How are you today? You there, do you have any technical expertise? Bah, you're just one of those adventurer types. You're of no use in this. Help me redesign the engines and our own clockworks to take these power crystals. Though, I think I just had an idea how you can make yourself useful. Alright. You won't be able to help me working directly with me, but you can help find the information that will. The fortress we're on here is powered by several power stations. We'll never get close enough or long enough or for me to properly study them in person, but if you can find the blueprints for me, I should be able to get an idea how they work. Alright, so we're gonna go do some power station recon. Alright, so we are looking for Cogwhittle, maybe? I got Pyrotechnician. Cogwhittle, there we go. Yeah, he's got some quests too. Hello, Lamparus coughs. His body seems to cave further in on itself. Each hacking exhalation. He appears tired and badly injured. His legs are splinted and bandaged. You must be one of the adventurers that have come to help save Akanon. All of Norath, really? For Meldreth? That's very, very good of you. I apologize for not greeting you properly, but at the moment I cannot stand. Though, if I could, I would not be here to greet you at all. Not stand? Ah, well, I was injured when the Albatross crashed. It seems, sadly, this might be the end of the journey that I started on just a few weeks ago. It seems like years, really. But unlike many stories, this one ends very badly. Tears well up in his eyes as he speaks, obviously thinking about the things that has transpired during his journey. End of the journey? I don't think I can start with an end. Perhaps I can start with the beginning. I will be able to tell it through to the end. I guess it begins when Meldreth starting his assault on our city. I'm just a lowly engineer, but I've always been good at modifications, changing existing equipment to match a new purpose. So when it was decided to refit the prototype digger into a flying machine, I was asked to help out. Of course, I jumped at the chance to help save Akanon. After all, my family lived there. I guess there was a assault and a lot of people died. Despite the sacrifices, I was glad to lend my hands to the project. Sacrifices? Well, once we started work, we were at it full time, night and day, for almost a week. When we'd get too tired to work, we'd lie down wherever we were and take naps. I didn't see my family at all until the moment we were ready to launch her, and only for a brief moment. A moment I'll never forget as long as I live. A moment. It was decided that most of the engineers that had worked on the retrofit would need to be aboard when she launched. We were the only ones that knew how she worked and would be the only ones that could fix her in an emergency. They sent for our families as a prepare for launch. I had only a moment to speak with my wife and daughter. We needed to launch immediately. He paused to gather himself. I can see them now. Miria pretending to run full speed because a little Lamperia insisted on me coming to see me on her own 2 feet. She was so happy to see me. I'm sorry, he sputters, holding back the tears that prevented him from speaking. On her own? On her own. Cogwell says she was always precocious. From the moment she learned to walk, she never stopped. I should have known better, insisted that Miria hold on to her, but her giggles made me forget the worries for a moment. I told her I have to go, my little lumpling. I have to help with the machine. I'm going up into the sky and I'll be back soon. She was delighted. The sky. I want to go with you. I told her she couldn't go. I offered to take her with me next time, but she did not accept no as an answer. I wiped the tears from my wife's eyes, kissed both of them, and walked to the ship. I knew that if I looked back, I'd never make it. I guess Miria lost track of our daughter in the crowd of well-wishers. Lost track? I can't say for sure what happened. Lamperia is a clever girl. She probably noticed the men loading boxes onto the Albatross and hid in one. She always was good at hide and find. Hide and find. And he stops to wipe the tears from his eyes and let his voice clear. It wasn't until long after we crashed that someone found her doll among the cargo. I couldn't search for her very well with these legs. He slaps his broken legs. The pain seemed to help him avoid thinking about his loss. Everyone tried to find her, but she wasn't on the ship or nearby. I tried to get out and search for her, but they wouldn't let me. The crew has sent search parties looking for her, but they haven't found her. I hate to believe it, but she is lost to me, and his crying is unstoppable now. Search for her? Alright, we've been assigned Lost Lumpling. Would you help find her? I know this is a lot to ask, and I have little to offer you beyond my thanks. But she's only 5 years old. She should not be up here. Even if she has been killed, I am not sure how to begin looking for her, though. I have plenty of time to think about it, but only an idea is to find someone or something that can track by scent. Surely her smell's different than mine, than the steamworks that lurk about here. Please find someone that can help my little lumpling. Wow, that is a deep that's a deep quest, and it looks like a pretty long one too. Wow. Okay, let's see what there's a guy over here. It's like whole episode is just gonna be getting quests. Launch engineer. We have. There's a few more on my list over here. I just gotta find them. Oh, here he is. Pyrotechnician. I believe there was one with him. Now, if I just add a little of powdered crystal, yes. Did you want something? I'm busy with this latest explosive. It is a delicate stuff. It's quite dangerous, so I would appreciate if you'd stop breathing over my shoulder. Now, if you had any interest in being a tester, I might have a use for you. A tester? I've made a new batch of explosives, but I don't dare set them off here. The best location would be down in the tunnels of the steam factory. The damage and chaos they would cause is frightening. If you'd like to volunteer to place these explosives, I can tell you the best place to place them. A volunteer. Alright, we got a quest item. And we got destroying the competition. Here is a list of locations and then a bag of automated incendiary device. Mark 4s? No, 14s. I didn't see the X. You'll want to be quick about it. The explosives are just a tad unstable, and if I place the timer on them, make sure they go off. Make sure you aren't standing near the devices when they go off. Come back to me and let me know if you need any more explosives. The clockworks and the other workers in the steam factory might try to destroy any explosives, so you have to be quick about it. More? Alright, that just gives us the next item. Alright, so we need Tenny Clogwork. Where is he at? Is there more over here? Here he is. Timmy, or Timon? Yeah, Timon. Oil can. Oil can. Okay. We got oil cans. Need oil. Talk to Sparks. Diggle. Knob. Need more oil. Grump. Alright. So this one is oil cans. Pretty easy. So I think we got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff to take care of. I don't see this guy named Tasbin. That's one guy we're gonna need. So if we see him, we'll do that. So let's go ahead and start doing this. We need to kill a bunch of stuff. So how do you even get into the zone is really the question. All right, there's Steam Factory. That's one of the places we need to go. Let's see here. Oh, here's Tasbin. Let's grab his quest real quick before we start. Well, hello there. You've come to look at this marvelous machine, have you not? Isn't she amazing? I know she looks battered now, but she'll be flying again in no time. I just need some key parts and a bit of elbow grease, and I'll have her back in shape soon. She'll be terrorizing Meldreth's minions. Key parts? Oh, you know, simple things like springs, gears, screws, wires, metal sheets, nothing complicated. All of it could be scavenged from those rotten steamworks by someone brave enough to go out there. Screws? Alright. So these are gonna give us a bunch of stuff, I guess. Brave enough. And then here's a bunch of quests we need to complete. So we're gonna grab them in order. I don't know if we can kind of go out. Yeah, we can only do one of these at a time. So we'll do the first one, and then we'll have to come back and get the rest from him. And then let's see. Of course, again, don't let those naysayers get to you. I was aboard when she flew up there and engaged in the enemy. She soared like a hawk and struck like a snake. Why, there's no doubt in my mind we would have won the battle right then if one of those crazy flying steamboats hadn't gone through the window and crashed into one of the engines. The explosion was pretty bad, but she was still flying true, and it was the smoke that got into the bridge that was the problem. The captain just couldn't see where he was going, and that's why we crashed. Naysayers, those poopy pants. They say that the engine exploded under the strain of the flight, but what do they know about it anyway? Don't believe their stories about a slight downdraft causing our crash. Downdraft causing our clash. It's all poppycock. We were most certainly had engaged the enemy before the crash. No matter how many times they tell you, the Albatross hit the ground before the enemy had even known we were here. Just laughed at their ignorance. All right, so we got a bunch of quests. We have a pretty much full quest log. I'm not going to grab any more. We need to figure out how to get in here and start mass murdering these things. I don't know which ones. These ones want to fight us, so we're gonna kill these. So I've never actually done anything in this zone. I've gone to the Zeta and Beza zones. I've done those before, but I haven't done the other stuff. Steel beam. Let's just go ahead and read these. I don't know what we need and what we don't, but we need to get into this, I suppose. So let's just keep killing stuff. So we're gonna have to kill 3 of each of the different types, I guess, and lose some cogs. And there's just so much to do. So this is gonna be brought out over a few episodes, I suppose. And I'm recording this around early October. So the Halloween event is going to come out at some point in time. And then I am going to probably switch to do that in between if I'm not done with this before then. So, alright, we're just going to keep looting all this stuff. I don't know what it's... There's going to be so many different quests and stuff to do that. Alright, he sells spells, but this is not where we want to go. Alright, let's go up here. Do you like click this thing and get in? No. So if we do, we will start the the Halloween events. I know there's a few of them according to the achievement, so that is something I want to do. I haven't even looked them up to see how see what they all are. I just looked at the achievements, and there was quite a few of them. So, come on, pet. Steel wire. I'm not sure what do we do here. We got. Yeah, it's hard to tell what we finished. Some gnome blood. Alright, let's go ahead and send to there. Let's get all these down. Trooper. Alright, so we're knocking out these endless enemy quests right here. Can of warm oil. Some more of these things. And hopefully all this stuff will stack. I know some of it's used for tinkering, but I think we're gonna have to turn in a bunch of these. I'd saved all these items over here from Dragonscale Hills. They were all related to quests in this zone, so that were pre-lootable too. That is one thing that is difficult to find at times, is items that are pre-lootable for quests. Alright, we got another one down. So we're just gonna have to like find all the different types. There's some minotaurs over here. I don't think I got a quest for killing minotaurs though. There's a named one somewhere. There he is. Got him. Class A cogs. We need 5 of those. We got a mechanomagical torso jointing plate. It is a shoulder pad for melee. It's nice. So these are troopers. Let's see what we got out here. We got some oil ooze. Stormtroopers. So we're out over in this area right now. I know we had an oil quest. What? So we need shock troopers. I haven't seen any of those yet. So there's a lot to do here. And so we will be breaking it up over a bit of time. Striker. These are all Steamworks, so these probably aren't. These probably aren't what we need to be killing. We probably need to get inside to here. There we go. They're all dead. Oh, something completed. Getting more of the cogs. There we go. Steamwork specialist. Let's just grab all these guys and get them all down here so we can all have some fun. And I should probably cast this before I pull. There we go. That's a striker. There we go. An oil can and another item. I don't see the oil quest now. I've been like scrolling, but oh, there it is. Okay, we need to go talk to Sparks Diggle Knob. All right, let's go. Or Sparks Diggle Knob. He's way over there. All right. Let's head back over there. I think these are not the mobs we need anyway. These are all Steamwork, and I don't see troopers and other things. I don't know if these are... It says they're all here, but I haven't seen anything yet. Maybe this is the entrance over here. These guys look like they're... There's some guys. Troopers. Alright, they're dead. Did they count? Yep, the troopers did count. Perfect. So I'm guessing that's where we need to go inside. Let's go spot this. Let's go talk to this guy real quick, see if we can complete this oil quest. I think we've looted like all the oils at this point. I was not present when the enemy died. Well, I'm here. Whisper Wind. Swap out cogs of 10. Alright, I'm not even sure how I'm going to be swap out cogs. We'll have to get all the, like, the majority of the quests, like, all knocked out real quick, and then come back and do the manual ones. Yes, poor 10 men. 10 men. He has certainly seen better days. If you want to look for oil, try to help him out. I'd suggest you not straying far from the Albatross. At least at first. If there's any oil in the locals in the courtyard, that's your safest choice. Alright. Did my pre-looting of oil. Alright, I need dirty oil from menders. Let's go get that. Alright, here is a mender plus a bunch of other dudes. We're just gonna drop a skull on them all. And watch it watch them all get destroyed. There we go. And I'm gonna leave these because I was not around when they died. Oh, I can't loot that because it's lore. Alright. So more menders. There's a bunch. See if I can get this off. Yes, I did. Alright, they're all dead. Let's see if I can pull those guys over here too. Come on. Come on downtown. Where we like to kill gnomes. I'm guessing this will count towards my kill 1,000 gnomes achievement I have to do. There we go. There's more of these menders over here. Ooh, there's a big guy. What's he? A cog marauder. Alright, we're gonna kill you, mister. Alright, these are all dead. Let's try to see if we can get what we can to come a little bit closer. Ooh, we got some slime showing up. A mechanic. That's probably used for something. Alright, let's leave those. Take some screws from the northeastern oil rig. Northeastern oil rig. Yeah, I'm not sure where that's at. I don't see anything labeled oil rig. We'll just keep killing everything. Is a door? No. Let's get our pet on these. Oh, there's another one of these big ones over here. So we still haven't gotten our dirty oil, so I need to get that. And it looks like we have gearing up part 1 done, so we'll have to go turn that in at some point. Another oily ooze. all of them are pretty cooked. And our backs are just like totally, absolutely just devastated with items. Alright, so that's Minotaurs. What is this guy? He is a mender. So we need this. Guess we'll have to manually attack this one because our pet is still over there doing his thing. Go. And I made like 10,000 platinum in that last episode from all the items from all the stuff we killed, which was pretty crazy. I didn't think there would be oh, there's a spy. Alright, I guess we have to do something with him later on. So yeah, the money is pretty decent for just running through. I mean, it's like an hour, 10K. I don't know. I'm obviously you can make more doing different things, but for the amount of effort that I put into that, that was pretty easy. There we go. Got all of these guys. All right, let's kill these things. There we go. Are these menders? Yes, these are menders. Okay. I'm just trying to get dirty oil. That's all I'm really trying to do here. Oh, our defense actually went up. There we go. And no dirty oil. All right. So let's go back over there to the camp. I forgot to bind there, so we have to hoof it. But what we'll do is turn in these gearing ups. I think that's probably the only thing we finished. Yeah, that one's not counting for some reason. Yeah, I think that's the only one we really finished. We'll have to do that. Let's turn up this way. None of these counted, so I'm guessing that we have to go inside this facility. So I'm guessing that's the front door. We go in here, and there's a bunch of stuff to kill. Looks like a bunch of names, too. There we go. Let's see if I can just kill that thing. Since our pet is being extremely slow. Come on. I think our pet's like, all the buffs I had on him are pretty much gone at this point. So I need to refresh all those. Its haste and whatnot. Come on. Jeez. I guess we'll have to start casting on these things. It's a fairly large zone, truth be told. I mean, we've been running for a little while. They're still not to the other end. Let's see. So we need to give him 6 Class A's and 3 large coils. Hopefully those are easy to find in our bags. And who are we giving this to? Tasman. There we go. So he wanted Class A cog. I think it's these, Class A cog. And he wanted a large coil. Large coil. Spool of fine wire. I don't see the item of interest here. What is it called? Large coil spring. There we go. Grab item. Let's just put it right there. And give those over to him. And give you some stuff back. So we get faction and we get percentage of experience. Go ahead and take that. And then we can hail him again and brave enough. There we go. We can get part 2. So this one is 5 small coil springs. So it's large hex bolts. Grab item. We can go ahead and just give these to them. They're pre-lootable. And large or small coil springs. Small coil springs. Grab item. There we go. Give us a few items back. Same reward, more faction, and more whatnot. So what was that last text? So part 3, which is we already have all this stuff again. So this is steel beam, grab item, and large hex bolts. Large hex bolt, grab item. Hand those over. We needed 2 more hex bolts, so we're not done with that one. So we'll go ahead and do that one next episode, and we still need to do that. So we got a lot of killing to do. Next episode will be pretty much all killing. We already have most of the quests. So we're not going to have to go through 20 minutes of quest text and stuff next time. But we're going to continue through Fortress Mechonauts. And I believe we'll finish it up. I might get the key to Meldreth's mansion after this. I have the parts already in my bag. We just need to go do the quest in Dragonscale Hills. But that'll give us access to that zone. It's a daily zone that we never got to do because it's locked behind a key. But we might do that after we finish everything else in this zone. And then looking forward, we're going to do the Halloween event if that comes out. If not, if we're not ready, if we're not there yet, we're going to go ahead and jump into Ocean Green Hills and Ocean Green Village and start doing that part of the heroic journey, which will lead us into Blackburrow, Bloody Kithcore, and Old Commonlands. And then I think that is getting close to the end of the heroic journey at that point. And we should be able to burn through all of those zones fairly quickly. There's not a lot of quests. There's a lot of meta quests, like the Orc Head we just did in the previous episode. There's a few of those things and stuff like that. So at some point, I'm going to be doing like a cleanup episode where I'm like all over the place, and it'll be a little longer. Like we're going to go back to steps and do some quests that I didn't do, and then, you know, just hop around and finish up everything we didn't do. If I can get 112, I might do Eastern Wastes and start that. I really just want to get the new pet, the new warrior pet. So that there's a little bit it's a little bit easier to to do. I don't really pay as much attention to the pet when I'm on a video. Like I have the microphone in front of my face and everything, so I can't see everything. It's just like it's hard to read some of the text sometimes. But I'm mostly focused on talking, so it suffers. So having a little bit of advantage like that over some of the stuff will definitely help out in the quality of everything. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and have a fantastic day.